Today we're going to show you an instructional video that's going to progress through all 4 of the major strokes of swimming. We're going to start off with simple posture, line, and balance, show you a nice drill that you could do, followed by the finished product of the stroke. What Tim is doing right here is holding a streamline. Streamline is very important. Streamline is something that you do from a young swimmer all the way to as high of a level as you want to do. What he's doing right now is his eyes are down, which are very important. By his eyes down, that brings his hips up and allows him to kick on the surface. Your head is going to act like a rudder, his arms stretching out, and he's holding his core tight. This is a long axis stroke, so he's rotating on that axis that goes from his head all the way down to his feet. Catch-up freestyle drill. What I'm having him do is tap his hands and hold when he gets into that hand position. So he's demonstrating a streamline. So reiterating streamline right here. Freestyle is a long axis stroke. So as you see his arms come up and his elbows pop out of the water, he's rotating on that long axis, that imaginary line that's going from the top of him all the way down to the bottom. What he's doing right now is over-exaggerating his drill. He's putting his hands into a streamlined position and holding that posture, line, and balance. So now after we do those drills, we're putting everything together in the freestyle motion. So his hands aren't pausing in the beginning, and he's still going through, but as you see, he's still rotating on that axis, long axis stroke, taking the time to stretch out his arms and actually anchor in the beginning of his stroke. His eyes are down, so he's able to hold that posture, line, and balance so he doesn't drop his hips and make more work for himself. Here he is going streamline, but this time on his back. As you see his head positioning, his eyes are straight up in the air, almost like in the freestyle position when his eyes were down. He just flipped over. His hips are out of the water, and he's not doing a huge kick. He's making boiling water with his feet, but he's still extending his body and stretching out, making his body as streamlined as possible. Very, very tight. We're still in the long axis stroke. What Tim's doing here is a backstroke drill, and it's helping him rotate on the axis. He's taking 3 strokes and he's pausing on his side. 1 stroke, 2 stroke, 3 stroke, and holding that on the side. His head is still in the air. He's holding his posture, line, and his balance, not kicking wild, so he's able to hold that swimming line. His head is still. His head is like a boat rudder, so if it's moving around, then he's moving around. We want to stay straight. Right now we're going backstroke, which is a long axis stroke. As you see, this is the regular stroke. He's continuing to hold that posture with his core, his line, allowing him to balance. All right, so now butterfly kick right here. The drill is called T-press. What Tim is doing right here is still working his short axis stroke. This is allowing him to get the rhythm of the kick without having to use his hands. As you see, both feet are together and he's able to get a whip-like motion. Very important that you press your chest down and then let your body follow through with it. Also, his head positioning, his eyes are down, and he's holding that posture, line, and balance. So right now, Tim's doing a butterfly drill. This is 3 kicks and a stroke. What this does is allows the swimmer to keep their hands in front of them. A lot of times swimmers will move their arms too fast, allowing them to fall out of rhythm. If you fall out of rhythm, then you're stuck. So right now he's doing 3 nice butterfly kicks, and when he feels comfortable, he's taking his arms and pulling them through the water. All right, butterfly stroke, short axis stroke. As you see, his eyes are down. All right, he's taking his time to keep both feet together, and he's rotating at his hips. His axis point is at his hips this time. Hips come up, pressing his chest down, just like we worked on that T-press. All right, now we're in breaststroke, which is a short axis stroke. So no longer is he rotating on his axis coming from the top of his body all the way to the bottom, it's across his torso. As you see, he's going 2 kicks and 1 pull. This is a drill that really helps the swimmer with timing. His hands are out in front, so he's not moving them too fast, all right, because that's when you get your momentum. So he's pull, kick, kick, glide. All right, again, just like butterfly, breaststroke is a short axis stroke. As you see, he's pulling himself up, but his head is not moving up and down. He's not initiating his stroke with his head. He's taking his time to outsweep. There's the outsweep, head up, pushing his hands forward with his kick. All right, using his hips, that short axis stroke to come up and go forward. Come up, go forward. Always getting in that glide. The most important stroke, getting back into that streamline part and getting that glide.